Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd. Al-Hafiz ibn Hajr, rahimahullah ta'ala, he says in his book, Bulugh al-Maram, Kitab al-Hajj, Babu fadlihi wa bayani man furida alayhi. The chapter of the virtue of Hajj and a clarification of whom Hajj is obligatory upon. Ibn Uthaymeen, rahimahullah ta'ala, he explains by saying, Al-Hajju lahu fadlun azim wa lahu fawaid azima. That Hajj has a tremendous status and tremendous benefits. Minha, from the benefits, قوله ta'ala, is Allah's statement, لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ وَيَذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْلُومَاتٍ عَلَى مَا رَزَقَهُم مِّن بَهِيمَةِ الْأَنْعَامِ is the statement of Allah in Surah Al-Hajj, verse 28, in which He said that they may witness, meaning mankind, benefits for themselves and mention the name of Allah on known days over what He has provided for them of sacrificial animals. Okay, and just the context here is obviously speaking about Hajj, because if we look at the verse before that, verse 27, Allah says, وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ يَأْتُوكَ رِجَالًا وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ يَأْتِينَ مِنْ كُلِّ فَجٍّ عَمِيقٍ. Okay, Allah says here, and proclaim to the people the Hajj. وَأَذِّن فِي النَّاسِ بِالْحَجِّ. Okay, bil-Hajj. Proclaim to the people Hajj, pilgrimage, that they may come to you on foot and on every lean camel. They will come from every distant pass. طيب. So the context here is Hajj, that there are many benefits of Hajj. And he says here that فَفِيهِ بِالْإِضَافَةِ إِلَى كَوْنِهِ عِبَادَةً وَذِكْرٌ لِلَّهِ. And in this is the connection to the reality of Hajj, that it is ibadah, an act of worship, and mentioning Allah is a remembrance of Allah Azza wa Jal, and these two things are manafi' lin-nas, are benefits for the people. Okay, these things are benefits for the people. طيب. Minha, and from the benefits of Hajj is ma'rifatun nas ba'duhum ba'da, is the people getting to know one another. Okay, he says, Ana mathalan, I, for example, am here in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and I meet people who come all the way from the East Asia, and I meet people who come from the furthest part of Africa, rather people who even come further than that, and I do not know them, and they do not know me, but because of the Hajj, because they come to the Hajj, everyone gets to meet one another. Okay, and this ta'aruf, getting to know one another, it causes ta'lif al-qulub, ba'duha li ba'd. It causes the hearts to be connected to one another. Okay, wa mahabbatun nas ba'duhum ba'da, and it causes for the people to develop love for one another. Subhanallah, is that people all over the world, they come to this one place and they meet new people, new nationalities, new individuals from different countries, and they get to know each other and they love one another because they're coming for one purpose, which is the making the Hajj for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. طيب. He says, وَمِنْهَا التِّجَارَةِ, and from the benefits of Hajj is التِّجَارَةِ, trade. وَالتِّجَارَةُ لَهَا شَأْنٌ كَبِيرٌ, and tijara, it contains it has a tremendous or big status. He asks a question now. وَهَلِ الْحُجَّاجِ يُصَدِّرُونَ الْأَمْوَالِ أَمْ يُوَرِّدُونَهَا, and do the Hujjaj, the pilgrims, do they import their wealth or do they export their wealth? Al-Amran, يُوَرِّدُونَهَا وَيُصَدِّرُونَهَا. It is both. The Hujjaj, they import their goods and their wealth and their items, and they also export. يَأْتُونَ بِأَشْيَاء وَيَذْهَبُونَ بِأَشْيَاء. They come with things, the materials from their homes, and they leave with things from Mecca back to their homes. فَفِيهِ فَائِدَةٌ مِنَ الْجَانِبَيْنِ. So in this regard, there are benefits from both aspects. Okay, they come with their goods from their home countries, and they leave with things from Mecca back to their home countries. So they import and they also export. طيب. He says, from the benefits, وَمِنْهَا مَا يَسْتَفِيدُ مِنْهُ الْفُقَرَاءِ فِيمَا يَنَالُهُمْ مِنَ الصَّدَقَاتِ وَعَطْفُ الْأَغْنِيَاءِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَذَبْحُ الْهَدْيِ. Okay, وَذَبْحَ الْهَدْيِ. Says, what the benefit is that how the poor, the poor and needy individuals, what they benefit from the sadaqat that they attain, and the generosity or gentleness and compassion from those who are rich, and the sacrificial animals which are given to them, the food that they receive from the sacrifice that's done on Eid al-Adha. So this is the benefit for the poor individuals living in Mecca, is that they benefit from the sadaqat they receive from the foreigners, from the generosity of those who are rich, and also from the sacrificial animals that are slaughtered on Eid al-Adha, Ayam Tashriq. طيب. He says, وَمِنْهَا التَّذْكِيرُ بِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ, and from the benefits of Hajj is the reminder of the Day of Judgment. حَيْثُ النَّاسِ بِلِبَاسٍ وَاحِدٍ وَهَيَّةٍ وَاحِدَةٍ يُؤَدُّونَ عَمَلًا وَاحِدًا. He says here, the reminder of Day of Judgment, because you see the people, they wear one clothing, right? The ihram. They wear the two pieces of clothing, the libas ihram, and they also look the same. Everyone looks the same, and they all are carrying out one affair, one action. Everyone is there to perform the Hajj and to do the rituals of Hajj. So all this is a reminder of the Day of Judgment. He says here, وَمِنْهَا التَّذْكِيرُ بِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ فِي مُرُورِ النَّاسِ أَفْوَاجًا, is the reminder of the Day of Judgment by looking at how the people are moving as waves, as crowds. Everyone's moving as a big crowds, subhanAllah, in big crowds, subhanAllah. يَذْهَبُونَ كُلَّ إِلَى مَقْصِدِهِ, everyone is moving to complete their affair. Now, and if you were to stand, he says here, if you were to stand in the roads, in the place, on the day of Arafah, and you were to look at the people on the day of Arafah, you're reminded of the mahshar. When the people will be gathered at Yawm al-Qiyamah, if you look at the people on Arafah, and how many Muslims they are, all wearing one clothes, like the white clothes, it will remind you of the day of standing on Yawm al-Qiyamah, subhanAllah. May Allah grant us safety on that day, and to give us success on that day. Ameen. The Shaykh continues by saying, وَغَيْرَ ذَلِكَ مِنَ الْفَوَائِدِ الْعَظِيمَةِ, and there are other than that, than those benefits, from tremendous benefits, meaning that there are many other benefits pertaining to Hajj, but the Shaykh doesn't have time to mention all of them. So he's moving on. He says here, وَلِهَذَا جَاءَتْ الْآيَةِ الْكَرِيمَةِ, and for this it comes in the noble verse, لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ, Surah Al-Hajj, in order for them, meaning mankind, to witness the benefits for themselves in performing Hajj. He says here, وَمَنَافِعْ مِنْ حَيْثُ تَصْرِيفْ اللُّغَوِي صِيغَةُ مُنْتَهَى الْجُمُوعِ. He says, looking at the word manafi', benefits, looking at the construction of this word manafi', we see that it's on the scale of صيغة منتهى الجموع, which is an ultimate plural, meaning it's a plural that is, there's la nihaya, there's no ending to it. فَهِيَ أَجْمَعُ مَا يَكُونُ مِنَ الْجُمُوعِ. So this is the jam' here, the plural is the greatest plural than all the other types of plural. So this is like an Arabic benefit he's mentioning here, that if you look at the construction of the word, it shows the ultimate plural, meaning that there's many different benefits contained within. And this is something we discussed, keys to knowledge, regarding the jam' al-qillah, the lesser plural, the jam' al-kathra, the greater plural, and the sighatu muntaha al-jumu'. This is the ultimate plural and the highest form of the plural. Perhaps you could return to Keys to Knowledge, their YouTube page, and you'll find the video there, inshallah ta'ala. Continuing, وَقَوْلُهُ وَبَيَانْ مَنْ فُرِضَ عَلَيْهِ, and a clarification of whom Hajj is obligatory upon. Ibn Uthaymeen, he says, الْحَجُّ لَا يُتِمُّ فَرْضَهُ إِلَّا بِشُرُوطٍ خَمْسَةٍ, that the Hajj, it will not be completed, its obligation is not completed except with 5 conditions, meaning there are 5 conditions that must be met before the Hajj is considered to be completed. These conditions are, right? And the condition is something that comes before the act of worship. Okay, so these things must be present before an individual starts their Hajj. Al-bulugh, al-bulugh. طيب, individual must reach puberty. Okay, puberty, bulugh. Wal-aql. The individual must be sane. Okay, he must have his intellect. He cannot be majnoon, crazy. He cannot be unconscious. Okay, he must have his intellect. Wal Islam. The third condition is that he must be a Muslim. طيب. The fourth condition, wal hurriya, is that the person must be freed. Okay, he cannot be enslaved. طيب. Wal istita'a, and the person must have ability. The fifth condition. And these conditions have been put into poetry form, in 2 lines of poetry. Okay, Ibn Uthaymeen mentions that these 5 conditions have been put into 2 lines of poetry. And it says here, Al-Hajj wal-Umratu wajibani fil umri marratan bila tawani bisharti islamin kadha hurriya aqlin bulughin qudratin jaliyya. These 2 lines of poetry, basically, it combines all the 5 conditions of Hajj. A rough translation is Al-Hajj wal-Umrah. Hajj and Umrah are 2 obligatory acts in one's life at least once in their lives, okay? These are 2 obligatory acts at least once, one time in their life without any delay. Bila tawan, without any delay. With the condition of Islam, likewise, they must be free. They must have their intellect, aqlin, bulughin, they must reach the age of puberty. And they must have the ability, okay, the true ability, yani an actual, yani they can carry out, whether physically and as well as financially. طيب. Ibn Uthaymeen closes by saying, وَهَذِهِ شُرُوط, and these conditions, it will come there an explanation for each condition. Some of these conditions are obligatory to have. Some of these conditions are present to show its permissibility, or and if a person does it, it's permissible for them. If they have these conditions, it's permissible for them. And some of these conditions are for the correctness of the Hajj. And he says here that he's going to explain it later on in this book, inshallah ta'ala, in these explanations. If there's any questions, write it in the comment section below. The questions that we're going to ask the students is, mention at least one benefit of Hajj, and what are the 5 conditions for Hajj. Okay, what are the 5 conditions for Hajj? Write it in the comment section below. Subhanaka Allahumma ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.